Lisa, you ready? Let's go! Let's go! Come! Let's go!
Today I am going to make a dish with one of my favorite carbohydrates, which is bulgur. In my previous recipes, I will send you the link below. I normally use a coarse bulgur, but in this instance I'm using the other one, which is a little bit lighter in color. I have recently discovered a spice that I didn't know, it's called sumac. I am going to make sumac chicken bulgur salad. This recipe in 3 steps. First the bulgur, then we will do the chicken with the sumac and all of the spices, plus all the herbs, and then we will put it all together. Now I know of 2 types of bulgur, the coarse one and the normal one. I am using here the normal one that is a bit more yellow. The way you cook it is you put 1 part of bulgur for 2 parts of water. So in this instance I'm using 100 grams of bulgur and I will put 200 grams of water. You need to add with the bulgur 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon and also a teaspoon of olive oil. You leave it, mix it all together, and then make sure that it goes to the point of boiling, and once it boils you actually tap the top and reduce the heat to the minimum, 1 for me in my instance, and then you leave it like this for 10 minutes. This recipe can be eaten hot or cold, depending whatever you prefer. For me, I like it cold. I think it's a nice, if you want to have it as a snack, or even if you need it for lunch, whatever. It's entirely up to you whether you want to eat it cold or hot. I have my bulgur ready. I have left it in there. I have kind of fluffed it a little bit now that it's cooked. You can see that it has the cinnamon. What we are doing now is going to marinate the chicken with some olive oil and that sumac spice I was telling you about. So you need to cut the chicken in very small bite size. What you have to do now is you have to add your chicken and mix it well with all the spices. So I saw in another video that someone was using sumac, so I was wondering what it was, and actually this is a Middle Eastern spice that's apparently very well known there. You can order it on Amazon, or you can also have it in, I think if you're from America, from the Whole Foods supermarket. This spice has got a very citrusy tartness to it. So if for any reasons you can't find it or you don't have it, you could put maybe a tiny little bit of a lemon. Not that it would be the same, but you could just add a small drizzle of lemon. I must say that I have never used this spice before, and I really like it, and it goes really well with the cinnamon and the apricots that we're going to add later on. So now that your chicken has been resting for 5 minutes, so what we need to do is we need to cook it, and then we will assemble the whole dish together. See, you want it cooked, but you also want it a little bit burnt, like this one here, so that it looks nice once it's in your dish. As the chili is concerned, especially now that we are in confinement, well, here in Madrid, I tend to buy everything and freeze it. So you can buy these little chilies like this, and what I do is I wash them, I dry them well, and then I put them all in the freezer so that I have plenty of them in my freezer. To be honest with you, I wanted to tell you that obviously I use maybe different spices than you're used to, but once you buy them, you will always have them in your cupboard. And to be honest with you, I tend to cook with the same spices all the time. For example, to just show you, I use a lot of garam masala, coriander. I have a lot of cumin powder and some curry as well. And my favorite is obviously paprika. And my latest is the sumac. So To be honest with you, if you have these in your cupboard, if you have ginger, like frozen ginger that is that you've peeled off and that is ready to cook, or chilies, you pretty much have everything you need to have, and you don't need to go looking for anything else. Maybe apart from the cilantro and the parsley. But these are really my staples really for my cooking. Add this to my bulgur that has already cooled down. You need to add some cilantro. Your cilantro to the Then what you do, you add the chicken. A drizzle of olive oil. Now, for the people who are interested in the carb content of the dish, this is our final step now in the recipe. You have to make sure your scale is at 0, and then you add the actual food that you've prepared, like this. So on a piece of paper, you write down 621 grams. So in my 621 grams, you have 7.6 ration, or 76 grams of carbohydrate, and 1 ration, or 10 grams of apricots. As far as the pine nuts are concerned, I put such a little amount that it doesn't even count. So the total for this recipe is 8.6 rations, or 86 grams of carbohydrate for your 621 grams of food. So every 72 grams of food will correspond to 1 ration or 10 grams of carbohydrates. Now, if you enjoy my recipes, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It would make me very happy. I hope you've enjoyed my dish. It's just so easy to do that I think I'm a big believer in making life easy when you're cooking, especially when you have to deal with the carb content and everything like this. You take care, my friend. Bye-bye.